Welcome back to the Go Home Bros podcast. I am your host, producer Jay, along with the X Factor, Cam. How you been, man?
I've been very good. I'm tired.
Yes, we're recording this very late because we got busy schedules. You know, that's part of the reason why we're only doing this once or twice a month. But anyway,
yeah, it's adulting is very
adulting is hard. Adulting is hard. I'm with you on that one.
It's fine because since we're adulting, we can afford to watch WrestleMania at home.
Yes, finally, it's at home. Yeah, we can't afford to go there yet. Well, we went to one. We went to one. The last one that was in the tri-state area, or what they call it, in the shadow of New York City.
Yeah, basically.
They did not want to say New Jersey.
At all. At all. Yeah, we went to the, what was it, 36?
It's 35.
35, oh man.
You know what's funny? You mentioned 36, that I was watching, well, not watching, it was on Twitter, that people were talking about the WrestleMania 36. That was the first COVID one. And like, if you look at the card, it's like, what the hell was this WrestleMania? It was like Dolph Ziggler versus Otis, Elias versus freaking Baron Corbin. Yeah, it was the freaking Bobby Lashley versus I can't remember, but it was the strangest WrestleMania card ever.
I feel like that is like, I feel like it doesn't count as WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, because they kind of did it again, like with the same pirate theme and everything the next year. So
yeah.
You wanted I think it was just a filler about that.
Yeah, it was definitely a filler because I think the Fiend was also on that show.
Yeah,
but I don't even know.
It wasn't the Fiend. It was no, was it the Fiend? That was the one with John Cena.
Oh, yeah, that was the one match and the Boneyard match.
Yeah.
Those are the top two matches. And didn't Edge and Randy Orton face?
They did.
That was a long match. I don't know. There was a couple little here and there bangers, but anyways, enough talking about 36 or 35.
We're on 41. We're on 41 now.
Oh, damn.
But
before I can we get into see this time, there was no lights shining in your eyes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That was not good. If that happened twice, like when we went to Saturday night's main event. What's with these lights, man? Anyway,
I don't know.
Before we get started, we just want to remind you that if you're watching on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe because that'll help us out. You want to reach more eyeballs. Oh, and the X Factor Cam fell.
Yeah, I did fall because, you smashed that like button so much.
Yeah, that's what happened.
My phone to fall.
That's what happens because you're like right above it on the screen. So, but yeah. Also, if you're listening to us on the podcasting app, you can rate us, and we will greatly appreciate that.
Very much.
Without further ado, Cam, what are your thoughts going into WrestleMania 41?
Oh man, I think, and I don't want to sound like everybody else, but it's true. I feel like the build-up is it's not my cup of tea.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that because I feel the exact same way.
Yeah, I just feel like there's so much opportunity in like the big matches that Jay versus Gunther, the build-up started getting interesting once Jimmy was involved, and then that go home show was just like,
yeah.
At least Jay's part, it was kind of like, Gunther was really fired up. It just lacked because Jay was like, so yeet here, yeet there. Like, it was just, I don't know. Like, it was so up and down with that build. John Cena didn't show up at all. Like, showed up once and said the same thing 3 times. Or he showed up 3 times
and said the same
thing all 3 times. And it's like, I don't know. Like, this show will definitely get like the video, a package of a lifetime, and like you could look back on it like if you're not a wrestling fan from 10 years from now and you're looking back on WrestleMania 42 and see the promos and all that, you would think this is like a crazy WrestleMania. But the build up is just like not it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely feeling you with that one. Like, maybe it's because last year there was a lot going into it and there was a lot of excitement surrounding it. So, like, the follow up for this year is just like it's hard to live up to expectations, you know?
I
Um,
guess.
I
Yeah.
also think that I hate to say this, but we kind of needed The Rock around. Like I last year I said the opposite. Like we didn't need The Rock at all. But because he changed things up and he did the final boss character, it became a lot of like it became very interesting. So the fact that he teased us going into Elimination Chamber and then didn't show up again afterwards and was never mentioned up until the last time John Cena was there where Cody said you sold your soul to The Rock. Like maybe it's because they're saving it like this is going to be a long-term thing for Cena's final run, that it's going to be beyond WrestleMania. But still, it's like come on, like you got to do something. Like this is WrestleMania. This is the ultimate show that you need to like deliver on. And I'm sure the show will deliver, but you got to get the hype there. Maybe they just felt like, oh, we got, record selling venues and we're doing the most views on Netflix, and maybe they just thought we don't got to do all that, you know?
I guess. But I feel like we had more build up to like Royal Rumble, more build up to Elimination
Yeah,
Chamber. You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
Like, and The Rock was also a part of at least Elimination Chamber. He was like the build up to it. Like maybe not a lot, but he was definitely there. The go home show beforehand, and he was there like saying, "Hey, Cody, about the Soldier Soul thing. What would you do?" And it had something to do on the card. Everybody was so excited for the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber ended up being like a history breaking like show.
Yeah, it was way better than it needed to be.
Yeah, way better. And I feel like leading up to that, I was excited for Elimination Chamber. And leading up to WrestleMania, of course, I'm excited, but like, I'm not the same excited. I feel like I could be more excited. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much potential. Like, we could be a level 20 right now, but right now we're like a level 7.
Yeah. I feel like maybe because John Cena is advertised for Friday on SmackDown. So maybe they might do something there. Maybe The Rock might show up. Maybe they'll do something more with like all the other storylines. It feels like the storylines, while they're entertaining, it just feels like they could have done more with it.
Yeah.
Like the matches on the card, like we'll go over it, are actually really good, and I do want to see them. It's just going into it, it's just like I feel like they didn't do enough. And honestly, I think, and I'm not saying that the European crowds were like to blame or anything like that. If anything, they made the show more lively. But for whatever reason, like during those like 3 weeks, it felt like a side story. Like they went on the European tour and then it didn't really feel like anything related to WrestleMania was happening until they came back. And like, yeah, John Cena was there. They were hinting at it, but they didn't really build towards it. So I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not blaming Europe. It's not their fault. I just think it kind of like it was a weird timing thing. But
I could definitely, I can see where you're coming from too, because I did feel like those shows are like, they were really entertaining because the crowd was going
like
crazy like all night.
you could have put
And
those three shows in any part of any point in time of the year, and then they would have been fine. Or it would have been like the same thing. Like you wouldn't think WrestleMania is around the corner.
that's true.
I don't know.
That's
It's
definitely
hard to
true.
explain, but yeah.
No,
Um,
honestly, I understand that because I feel like a lot of the stuff that we've been waiting, like, it has so much time after Elimination Chamber till now to like develop stories. Like right after Elimination Chamber, we didn't like. There's so many stories that were just like not even like Jay versus Gunther. It was just like nothing. up until
for a
they got back
while.
to the U.S. And even when they got back, the first few was just like, okay, Jay's tripping over this. He's doing the regular match against Grayson Waller for
Yeah.
like what? This is the WrestleMania World Heavyweight Championship match. Like this guy just won the Royal Rumble, and he's going to get Grayson Waller on Raw, feuding with Austin Theory
Yeah.
and Grayson Waller. Like, there's no reason for him to be doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know what they were like doing with that whole little like again, it felt like a side story. Like what why are we doing this stuff? But anyway,
Yeah, I don't know.
um there's a few things I wanted to go over before we go into the WrestleMania card. Just stuff that's happened since the last time we did the show. Um since we were talking about John Cena, obviously he did come back and during the European tour and his promos were, as you said, the same. Except the third one where he actually got to go toe to toe with Cody and go back and forth. But like this is not what I expected from the John Cena heel turn. Like when he
No.
first turned, like he was vicious. He friggin' made Cody bleed and he was choking him and it felt like something different for the Cena character, but like it got everybody interested in what the story was going to be. But then when he started talking, he cut his promos. One, he didn't change anything about his look. He was still coming out in the jorts. Well, I guess were they jorts? They were cargo pants. I don't know.
I
The Cena cap and all the merch and same song. They were just booing it this time, which I guess 15 years ago people were booing his song anyway.
yeah.
But then he started healing on the crowd and doing the tried and true "You People" promo. And it's
Yeah.
just like, okay, that's maybe for the first week. You know, you don't want to give him everything the first week. But then he did it again the next week. And then he did it again the third week. And then, but afterwards, you know, they did the stuff with Cody and he went back and forth. And it was actually really entertaining. And like, honestly, I felt like Cena was kind of holding back a little bit. Because I've seen the way he cuts promos against people he's facing in the past, and he freaking is cutthroat. Like against Austin Theory, he's done it
Oh
with
man.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I think Dolph Ziggler as well. Like he's gone in on people on the mic, and while he did go in on Cody, maybe it was because Cody was, you know, he was able to go back and forth with him. He was able to keep up. But maybe I feel like Cena was holding back because obviously Cody is the face and you don't want to make him look too bad. But I don't know. What were your thoughts on John Cena's promos?
I don't know. I feel like I agree with you in the fact that the first promo was like, I was like, okay, this is weird. There's a little I just felt like it was just a little weird. Like, I didn't think it was bad. I just thought this is out of the ordinary. You know, I'm not used to this. I
Yeah.
gotta get used to this. But like you said, like he was so vicious after the heel turn, and I thought he was gonna be like continuing to be vicious and like, okay, you people promo, we need to get that out of the way. Like, regardless, like that happens with everybody. Everybody cuts the you people promo, except for probably Drew McIntyre, but everybody does it pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's like once you get that out of the way, you get to the nitty gritty. But we didn't get to that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been. I feel like in the first two promos, he was talking about the people, right? He was like, "Oh, literally, you people suck. This and that. You all turned on me." So it became like, "Yo, is he facing us at WrestleMania, or is he facing Cody
Yeah, he's
Rhodes?"
facing the fans. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
facing that little kid that he freaking pointed out.
Yo, the little kid. Where were they? I think when that happened.
I forgot where they. I think they were in. I can't remember.
I don't know, but that kid was definitely sad about that. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. But like the first 2 weeks was all like nothing about Cody Rhodes, nothing. And which also sucks is how you gonna have a heel turn? Like leading up to the heel turn, everybody was like, Cody Rhodes is gonna sell his soul. Is he gonna not sell his soul? The
Yeah.
Rock, what is he gonna do? And then you sell your soul to The Rock, and then The Rock never shows up again, and you never mention him ever again either.
No.
like Cody Rhodes mentioned him once. Okay. But like you said, Cena's holding back. He's keeping something back. Like, I feel like there's so much juice to this. Like, he could go in on Cody, one. Two, he could bring up The Rock and why he sold his soul. And there's just so much. I'm not even gonna go 3, 4, 5, but like there's so many like things
Yeah,
that they could do, and it just feels flat right now. And then he doesn't show up for 2 weeks in a row or 3 weeks in a row.
yeah. Like at
It's just
first, I
like,
thought I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. It's like, oh, he's heel now. Like he even said it like on the Chris Van Vliet show where he said if I were to turn heel, like I would show up less and I would do the things that people would expect or not do the things that people would expect. And I think it's a different way to get booed, but it's also kind of boring. Like that
yeah,
this is not entertaining. Like yeah, you're a heel, you want us to boo you, but like we also like we want to care, you know? Like the worst thing you can be is like I guess I'm trying to think of I know there's a word for it, but it's like when you don't care about something.
yeah,
Anyway,
careless.
we want to care about this story, and I think the match is going to be okay, which I mean, it's a WrestleMania main event. Like they probably should, we should have higher expectations. But the way John Cena's been wrestling lately, you kind of got to lower those standards. He's kind of washed. He's old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is why I low key believe there might be some interference by The Rock in the match.
He has to show up because otherwise, why even get involved? Like, why do the whole thing with Travis Scott? Like, why even involve him? Like, I thought they were
Yeah,
gonna like at least show up, like maybe on one Raw or SmackDown, or maybe like on a video or something like that, but nothing. So I think you're right. I think they are gonna do something at WrestleMania, and maybe we'll get more into it when we talk about the match. But um. So another thing that they introduced, so we know the Hall of Fame is, they do it every year, and I'm not gonna go into like all the inductees, but I did want to talk about the match that's being included in the Hall of Fame because this is the first time they've ever done that,
hmm
inducting matches into Hall of Fame, and this was rumored like 10, 15 years ago. I remember like hearing about it as like early on where people were saying like or there was talk about potentially inducting matches, and I feel like that's a good idea because now you can get more people involved in like the Hall of Fame that maybe that are already in the Hall of Fame, like Stone Cold and Bret Hart. They're already Hall of Famers, but you can get them back involved because at this point the Hall of Fame is just another way to make money. They sell the tickets to the shows.
yeah,
So I was like, why not? Um, but yeah, so the first match is gonna be Bret Hart and Stone Cold at I think it's WrestleMania 13, and
yeah.
which I mean I haven't watched that match in a long time, but from what I remember, it was a very great match, and this opens the door for other matches. I don't know if they're gonna restrict it to WrestleMania, but I hope they don't because there's been a lot of great matches that they could
Oh,
induct
yeah, for sure.
that
There's a
don't
lot of
happen at
good matches.
WrestleMania. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of great ones.
It's Kurt
One
Angle
that
versus
comes to
Undertaker.
I was
Yo,
just thinking about that.
that's like the number one non
Yeah,
WrestleMania
that
match.
match
I'm not even gonna
should have
lie.
happened at WrestleMania, and it happened
Yeah,
at No Way Out a month before.
I think the only reason it wasn't at WrestleMania was because Undertaker would have lost his streak
Maybe, yeah,
because
because
Kurt
Kurt
Angle won
Angle
that
did win.
match.
Yeah,
But Kurt Angle won at WrestleMania anyways. Oh, he lost at WrestleMania anyways.
I don't know,
I don't know, whatever. Anyways,
but it
no,
was
I'm
it was
not.
still
I'm
a
not
great match.
Vincent. So
Or Triple H.
or Triple H. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, at the time it was
Well, at
Vince.
the time, it was Vince. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So matches at WrestleMania, good, or matches in the Hall of Fame, great. I like it. What do you think?
Yeah. I like it too, to be honest. I hope well, there's a lot of matches, like you said. I hope they're not WrestleMania specific, but there's a lot of matches that I would want to see in the Hall of Fame. And I never really gave it much thought before they did this. So like you always think about, yo, what's your favorite match of all time? What's the best match of all time? But now they're actually putting it into the Hall of Fame. It's like, oh snap. Like, dang, your
Yeah.
match got a Hall of Fame induction? Like, that's crazy. You
Yeah,
know?
no, this is good, and it's also gonna open up the question on like what makes a great match. Because a lot of
Yeah.
times people will look at, oh, like it's a great like technical wrestling, like, oh, but it told a good story, like, like, oh, Rock versus Hogan. Like, in terms of like wrestling, like the technical side, it wasn't really anything special. But it was like a good storytelling match, and the two icons of the time, like going face to face, like it was just the moment and how it like made everybody feel and the story they told and that type of stuff. And even like with this one, it was more of like a storytelling match. It was also like technical too, but I think it's gonna I don't think it's gonna cause like arguments because I feel like there's plenty of matches that people universally think is a great match that shouldn't get inducted. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a while before we become like, oh, maybe that match shouldn't be in there, but who
Yeah.
knows?
I mean, there's like we said, there's a lot of matches, so I really hope it doesn't come to the, oh my gosh, this match is on here, but Triple H versus Undertaker is not on here. Like,
Yeah,
bro, calm down. You have like a million matches, and
yeah,
especially if they're only doing one match per year, that's
yeah,
that'll set up for a long time.
yeah. That's why I think this is such a great idea because there's a nearly infinite amount of matches to choose from. So
Yeah.
we'll hear more about this, like obviously as the years go on, and it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so I do want to talk about a specific person that made their debut recently.
Ah.
A luchador that we didn't know much about, but he's made a very big impact. He has a match at WrestleMania. El
Ah, okay.
Grande Americano.
Yes, sir. My favorite luchador right now.
Um, yeah, obviously the whole Chad Gable stuff, like this is where it's culminating in. And while the gimmick is entertaining to me, it does kind of suck that this is what it took for him to get a match at WrestleMania.
Who, El Grande Americano?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. He's been on the indies for so long. It's like I can't even imagine what he's going through right now. Like he must be so happy. I'm happy for him. He came
Yeah,
out of
for sure.
retirement just to come to WrestleMania. That's crazy. What a story, man. Meanwhile, people like Chad Gable don't have a WrestleMania match.
I know it sucks, right? But
Crazy, man.
what are your thoughts on the gimmick? Because I feel like a lot of people thought it was insulting, offensive. I didn't think that at all. I thought
Mm-mm.
it was perfect because it's meant to be satirical. It's a parody. And
Yeah.
then the whole like Gulf of America thing, like people took that to heart. And it's like it reminds me of how many fans have only watched recently because there's
Yeah.
been so much worse in the past.
Oh yeah.
Like you remember, maybe you don't remember. Do you remember Muhammad Hassan?
I remember the wrestler Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the whole gimmick of him, like he was like they did a whole terrorist thing with
Yeah.
Undertaker, and it was like really like I think it was there was like a bombing that happened like right afterwards, and then they just killed the
They
gimmick
cut
dead.
the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was gone after that. Like it's not his fault. Like he was just
Yeah.
doing his job. That was his gimmick.
Yeah. There was a couple of bad ones. I'm not gonna lie, but uh, honestly, the fact that this is his first WrestleMania as El Grande Americano, like it's crazy, but I'm happy that he got a WrestleMania match.
That's
I'm not even gonna
yeah
lie. Like I'm so happy, and it's a one-on-one match. It's
with
not like a
Rey
tag
Mysterio.
team. Yeah, with Raymond, that's a big match. That's a heavy big match, and it's like this is not like a wrestler. This is not like a Rey Mysterio that can't like walk. Like this, yo, he could still go. He's pretty old, but he can still go. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
And the bangers that Chad Gable has been putting on every single time he's in the ring, yo. Honestly, when El Grande Americano debuted on Raw, he like I watched the match and I was like, yo, this is like perfect, bro. Like, oh my god, like I love the storyline. This is like my favorite match. I don't know.
Not your favorite.
It's one of my favorite
It's up there.
matches.
It's up there.
It's definitely up there. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is like such an underrated match. I can already tell.
Yeah, I
But
think
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie.
It's interesting too because like he has changed up his style to like fit the luchador style. And that's not something many people can do. Like it's one thing to just put on a mask and then, just that's you. But like he's actually wrestling different as well. So
Yeah, he
that's
is.
just more of a testament to the type of wrestler Chad Gable is and why he's so underrated and why he needs to be up higher in the card.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
at least he got a match and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Well, we'll talk more about it. Well, I mean, we kind of talked about it now. But anyway, next up, there is another luchador that they made their debut.
Yeah.
Ray Fenix. You thought this was what I was talking about before.
Yeah, I thought that you said, oh yeah, debut. Like, oh, Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, Ray Fenix made his debut, brother of Penta. He's just going by Phoenix, and he's on SmackDown. It's I honestly didn't think they were gonna debut him so soon because he got his release a few weeks ago from AEW, and I thought they were just gonna save him because like it's WrestleMania season, you don't want to debut people who are not gonna be on the card. So and that's you notice that they didn't do that or they didn't do anything with Alexa Bliss either. And I think
Yeah.
that was like not a mistake, but they brought her back too early because she was in Elimination Chamber. Maybe that's why they brought her back. And then she had like a match or two after, and then she hasn't been anywhere. I think it's because they're trying to save it for after WrestleMania when they start like new storylines and stuff like that. But yeah, with Phoenix debuting right before WrestleMania, like they're building him up. He's having good matches. His match with Berto.
Nathan Frazier. Oh.
Well, Nathan Frazier. Honestly, like Nathan Frazier is a good wrestler, but I feel like it kind of telegraphed. I mean, granted, people who make their debut usually win, but it's like most people didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, that's true.
We know who he is, but the crowd didn't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
It was still a good match, and his match with Umberto was really good, and it seems like they're doing something with Legado and Phoenix and Andrade, which it still bugs me that it always ends up like this, where the freaking Hispanic wrestlers fight against the Hispanic wrestlers. Like, why do you got to do this? Like, there's more stories to tell. Why? Why do you?
Every single time, bro.
Like, I know it's more of like a style thing because like the luchador style with the like Hispanic wrestler, like you can do it, and then the language barrier is not there, so like they could communicate better. But it's like they're professionals, like they can work with other people. It's not like they have to work with other Spanish people. Like,
yeah, no, this dude doesn't even speak Spanish. What's his name?
And that
Legado.
Yeah, no wait, Legado?
Yeah, he's in Legado. Is he? Or is he in LWO?
Who?
I forgot what his name. He doesn't speak Spanish though.
Oh,
Joaquin Wild?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
It's not Joaquin Wild, is it?
Yeah, he's in LWO, yeah.
Yeah, okay, my bad.
He can't
even speak Spanish.
He's not even Hispanic. He's Filipino.
What? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's
Filipino.
Filipino.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm never gonna lie.
But
yo, with Pano too, his first match. Like, come on, bro. You put him with the LWO already. Like,
yeah,
he could feud with American Made. That'll be a perfect setup. Oh well,
Yeah, he's
whatever.
wearing Americano gear, anything.
Yeah, I would love to see him versus Chad Gable. I'm not even gonna lie.
One day.
That'd be a great match. Yeah, one day, hopefully.
But
Anyways.
yeah, so yeah, Phoenix debuted, and I'm glad that they kept him separate from Penta, because it would have been very easy to just put them on the same show, reunite the Lucha Bros, but I'm glad that they're focusing on the singles push for them. They
Yeah.
can reunite eventually, but pushing them as singles makes them bigger stars, so that way when they do team up, it's even bigger, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so looking forward to see more Phoenix. Last thing I want to talk about before we get into the card itself, Kevin Owens. So he announced last week that he suffered a spinal injury, and he cut a promo like out of character. He wasn't, healing it up or anything like that. He just came out and told the truth that he suffered an injury early in January, which apparently it wasn't during the ladder match, which a lot of people thought, which is
Yeah.
crazy. Which honestly, people would have assumed that that's when it happened, but no, it didn't happen at that match. Yeah, he had an injury and he needs to go get surgery, and he's gonna be out for the remainder of the year, possibly all the way up until next WrestleMania, which he might
That's
even
so
miss that one.
crazy.
So, yeah, this caused the whole thing with Randy, because now they have to find an opponent for him, which they're teasing. We'll talk more about that when we get to the card, but yeah, Kevin Owens, he's gonna be out, and that sucks.
It's oh my god. And that's one of the stories that had the most build up to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, the
Like,
whole pile drivers again, like he was honestly, Kevin Owens for the past few years has been the most consistent like character, and in terms of like entertainment and like match quality. Like the match with Sami Zayn, that was almost perfect. Like there was
yeah.
so much great things about that match, and it's like I can't honestly say I've seen a bad Kevin Owens match.
No, honestly, every match Kevin Owens has is just like you just want to watch it. Like even on
Yeah,
the regular shows like SmackDown, if he has a match on Raw, like I want to watch a Kevin Owens match. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I don't know. It really sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was like a work, and he
yeah,
was like, "Oh yeah, When he did the first promo on SmackDown, I thought it was a work. I was like, "Oh, he's gonna attack Randy by the end of the show," and or next SmackDown. Come to find out, he did not. So it's like, dang, he's actually injured for sure. Like,
yeah,
actually, because I feel like Kevin Owens, out of all people, would be the one to pull this type of a card. Be like, oh, I can't work WrestleMania. Like he doesn't want to get punk kicked. Basically, that would be the story. But no, that's not the story. He like actually has a neck injury. He's getting surgery. Like, man, that just
yeah.
sucks. Bad timing.
And the scary thing is that I mean, we still don't know the severity of it. Like we know what it is, like it's a spinal thing, and he has to get surgery for it, but this could be potentially career ending. Like that's how
Yeah.
serious it is. And I mean I hope not, because like I feel like we've barely scratched the surface with Kevin Owens. There's still so much for him to do.
Yeah.
But at the very least, Kevin Owens did main event WrestleMania twice. So at least he
Yeah.
has that under his belt. I do want him to have like another like world championship run, because like I
Yeah.
honestly he probably could
Facts.
have had one already, but for whatever reason they didn't do it. Yeah, I'm wishing him a speedy recovery, and he's gonna be missed on SmackDown, because like he was one of the bright spots.
Yeah.
Um, so hopefully somebody can, you know, pick up where he left off, you know?
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope something happens with Randy Orton too, because I do feel bad for him. He like
Yeah,
lost the whole match that had really good build up, and the whole punt kick thing. I was looking forward to that so much, but
I know.
I mean, I honestly looking at it from a positive lens, Kevin Owens, if this was his last match, it was against Sami
It was
Zayn
against Sami Zayn
in
in
a
Canada.
great in Canada, and they had an amazing match.
Yeah.
So
So
if honestly, if I was Kevin Owens and I had to go out anyway, I would go out like that.
you know
But
what? Yeah.
but it, I really do hope he comes back because
Yeah.
he's gonna
This like
be a mega baby face when he comes back.
oh yeah. That's one of the silver linings that when he does come back, it's gonna get like a monster reaction. So
Yeah.
hopefully they can keep it under wraps, because save this for a surprise whenever he does come back. But yeah, we'll see. But let's get into the WrestleMania card because we got a lot of matches to cover.
Yeah, we're
Um,
not enough time.
not enough time. So WrestleMania obviously is 2 nights, as it always is, or has been the past few years. Night one. Now I don't know the order. I don't think they've announced the order. I'm just gonna go off of what it says here. We got the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, taking on the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods for the World Tag Team Championship. This match is kind of thrown together. I feel like they had one match which was a championship match, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And then it was that finish was really weird. I don't think it went how it was supposed to go because they made it seem like uh Xavier Woods cost like the match for the War Raiders, but in reality it was Ivar who did it. Like because Woods had the chair and then Ivar like snatched it from him, but then he hit him with it anyway. So it's like you cost yourself the match. Like why are you
Yeah.
playing victim? Like you lost. You lost. Um so yeah, this match not a lot of build up. It could be entertaining if they do something creative. I wish they would have added like a stipulation to it. Like maybe like a no DQ or something like that just so that way it can be, off the wall, whatever. But yeah, it's just a straight up tag match. I don't know. This one I don't really care about. Like it sucks, especially after the like when New Day went heel on Big E. Like I thought they were gonna do something with them, and then they really didn't. And that was when was that? That was like in November, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
It was a
That was a
while
while ago.
ago, and they haven't done anything with them. They've cooled them off so much to the point where like they don't care about them anymore.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot about New Day versus the War Raiders. It's like
Yeah,
that's a bathroom break for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like
yeah.
I don't know how long it's gonna be,
Most
but
people thought that this wasn't going to even be on the card because the other tag team title match is not even on the card. It's on SmackDown.
yo, the fact
That's the
that
one that should have been on WrestleMania.
yes, yes, the fact that that's a SmackDown match, I just feel like it's coming together so late. Like everything, like they would have had time to build up this storyline if they really wanted to do War Raiders versus New Day, but they don't show up on TV forever, and then they finally show up on TV like the last few weeks, and then it's like, oh, WrestleMania announced on the Instagram. Like,
Yeah. Before we didn't even know if it was gonna happen at WrestleMania. And on Instagram, social media, that's how we
yeah,
found out.
like I that when I saw that match, I was like, wow. I immediately thought of the SmackDown tag team champions. Like, it's like why are they not
They've
having
been building that for months.
yo,
And they could have done a
literally.
multi-man match where it was like I wish this was what I was predicting that they were gonna do like a TLC match with the Street Profits, the Motor City Machine Guns, and DIY. Or maybe you could probably do a 4 if you want to add uh the I was gonna call them the Yes Boys.
Oh, I think you're gonna say the Young Bucks. Oh no.
No, not the Young Bucks. What are their names? Pretty
The
Deadly.
Pretty Deadly, yes.
Yeah, but they were building with those 4 teams. Like they were interacting each week, and they have a much deeper storyline. And that match is on SmackDown. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but
I don't know. I feel like it comes down to them not having enough time. I don't even know, honestly.
I don't. There's
I
no excuse. Like, what do you mean? I have no time. Like they have
unless
no.
unless something crazy happens on SmackDown and we end up getting the match at WrestleMania last minute. I don't think so, but like
I mean, there's always a possibility, but I doubt it.
that'll be the only save in my opinion. But if it's
I
not
mean,
that, then I don't know. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, anyway. I say New Day wins just because they need to do something with them. Otherwise, like that heel turn was for nothing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree,
Yeah.
to be honest. They're like the only honestly the War Raiders like championship run is not even anything.
Yeah,
Like
and
the Raw Tag Team Championships have like a curse on them. Like if
it
you
does.
have them, you will not show up on TV at
Honestly,
all.
they were cursed the second freaking Miz and R-Truth won because they
Yeah,
were the first champions. So
that's very true. Yeah, that's
that's
very
how
true.
that's how you knew the importance, the level of importance that they had.
Yeah, that's very true. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that because it was them and then the New Day. Oh no, the Judgment Day, which
Judgment Day.
had it forever but didn't do anything with them.
Yeah,
And
they
then
didn't.
the War Raiders, which again haven't done anything with them.
They've had good matches. It's just nothing with the title.
Yeah,
So
or story, nothing. Like it's just like who am I to be like, oh yeah, let me tune into Raw to see the champions, and I see, oh my God, these guys are the tag team champions. Who are these guys again?
yeah,
Like I don't know because they don't appear on TV, so
yeah.
I don't know.
But next match, which is Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. We already kind of talked about this match.
Amazing.
Um, it's gonna be a great match. I think it. So I think the way to go about this is if they're gonna prolong this, because like you could either do it like one and done right now, or you can prolong this to the next pay-per-view Backlash. Um, I think the goal is you give um El Grande the win, and then maybe you can do something with like Ray, or maybe even uh what's his name? The other masked one.
Penta.
Not Penta.
Uh
In LWO. What's his name?
oh, Dragon League.
Dragon Leap. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I was about to say Sin Cara. I don't know
Secret,
why I was about to say that.
I was gonna say Kalisto.
Oh my God, you're
Oh
worse.
man, that's how important he is, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
But that's another thing because like he's there, but like you're not doing anything with him. He's the one who probably should be built up for a match like this. I get why
yeah,
Ray's there because he's a bigger name, obviously, but you got to build up your other guys too. So
yeah,
maybe they can do something with Ray and or some because the whole thing was it started with that he wanted to beat luchadors, you know. So
yeah.
why not have him go through luchadors, you know, and then maybe they can build up. I mean, he already faced Penta, but you can build up to that match again. And maybe even go to SmackDown and fight Fenix. I don't know.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm gonna say El Grande Americano wins.
I agree with that. He desperately needs to win. Like
Yes.
I feel like it's an uphill battle right now, but if you get knocked down, it's a long way down.
Yeah, because then otherwise, why even do this? Like you did the whole thing with the mask and the gimmick. Like you did all
Yeah,
this just for him to lose. Like it doesn't make any
yeah.
sense.
He might cheat a little bit, but I mean,
Yeah,
whatever gets him to win, I do not care.
yeah. Just give him the win.
Yeah. Honestly, if he
Next,
doesn't win, I don't even know. I'm gonna boo Rey Mysterio. I don't care.
Rey Mysterio becomes a heel,
Yo,
like
he
he
will
did
be
at
the.
what was it? The Royal Rumble
Oh my
when
goodness.
he was number 30.
Number 30 instead of Daniel Bryan. Yeah, I remember.
And he got booed.
Yo.
All right. Next match we have is Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. I'm
this
excited.
match, I'm excited. I'm also very curious because the main thing that's been, I don't want to say that's been plaguing Jade is that there's been a lot of pressure put on her. And
Yeah.
even I am like guilty of like over focusing on her and how she performs, like during the tag matches and all that stuff, because like I don't want to say I'm looking for her to mess up, but it's like I can't help but pay attention to see if she is, because she has been, taking the time to get better, but she's still not there yet. Like there's still certain times where like if she screws up like a set of moves, like she gets lost. Or I mean, not that she gets lost, but like she has to kind of like reset herself, and it's very noticeable. Whereas like other people are able to like kind of like think on the fly, or if they botch, they just all right, fine, move to the next one, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like with Jade, it's like things have to go exactly as it's planned, or else she gets lost. Um, so the focus, this is gonna be her first like singles match. Well, no, she had a singles match, right?
She had one on SmackDown, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
forgot
was
who it was
against.
against.
Was it against Raquel or maybe Liv? One of them, because I know that that's who she was like kind of feuding with for a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is gonna be like on the main stage, and there's gonna be a lot of like focus on her, because Naomi, as great as she is, I don't know if she can like carry someone that like Jade. Um, I don't know. Like we'll see. We're gonna have to find out, because this is also an important match for Naomi as well, because this is her first big singles match in a long time. Um, as a heel, because she was a heel a long time ago with Team
Team
Bad.
Bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but she wasn't a big star back then. She was
No.
on. She was like kind of playing second fiddle to Sasha.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be first time on her own as like the big heel. So I think it also is up to her to make Jade look good as she's the face. But I don't know. There's just this match is like important for both of them, and I hope they deliver, because it would be very bad if this match ends up being like a stinker, and I would feel
Yeah.
bad for them. But I'm still looking forward to it, and I'm just very curious. What are your thoughts?
Well, first, I actually heard that this match was the first ever women's one-on-one match with nothing on the line. Like
Oh
no
yeah,
championship, no nothing, like no
it's just
tag
a
team
regular
match,
regular singles match.
singles match, one-on-one, that's it. Like pure like grudge match. Like that's the first time ever at
WrestleMania, because I
WrestleMania.
feel like I was gonna say, because I feel like there have been like on regular pay-per-views,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
at
no, for sure.
WrestleMania, yeah.
It's been the first time WrestleMania history. Unless I think it's either the first time ever or the last time was like so long ago, like it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, could
So
say the first like two black women.
yeah, oh yeah, even probably
Yeah, that's
rarer,
that's rarer. Yeah, I think that is a
rarer. Oh, that's a weird word.
rarer.
Anyways, rarer sound like a dog.
Scooby Doo.
Anyways, we'll get to the dogs barking later. But
Yes.
yeah, I really want to see this match. And again, like you said, not to say you're looking out for Jade's mistakes, but like it's it's her first big match in front. Like you know how like she can get, like she's still kind of new-ish. Like she got that new
Yeah.
vibe, and she's been hyped up so much that it's like, dang, this is like the test basically. So you want to
Yeah.
see if she passes the test.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm excited for Naomi too because she does deserve this. Like her heel turn was really good. Um, there has been pretty bad heel turns recently, and she has been one of the good ones. So
Yeah.
I applaud her for that, and I hope she has a good match. Like I think it is going to be a good match. I just don't know how. I
You just
guess.
don't know how.
Yeah.
You think Bianca gets involved? Because her match is on night 2, so
I don't know if she gets involved, but I know she'll probably directly be involved afterwards, after WrestleMania.
yeah.
So I honestly, I don't even know who wins this. I want to say Jade. I want to say
You
Jade.
say Jade. I think you know what? I think Jade wins too, just because if the focus is gonna be on her, whether intentional or not, Naomi she can always come back from this because she's been there longer. If Jade loses in her first big WrestleMania match, I feel like that kind of brings her down a peg and I also think that that's why they probably shouldn't have put so much emphasis on her being a huge star when she was first
Yeah.
coming in, because now the attention is on her. Like when rather than building her up slowly as like, oh, this is the next big thing, watch out. No, they're saying like, no, she's the top star right now, like coming in. And then
Yeah.
what happened. Like she started messing up, and a lot of people were putting so much focus on her. Like that's the thing. Like when you put somebody on a high pedestal like that, people are gonna hyper focus on it. Like that's just a
Yeah.
natural thing to do. So, yeah, I think overall the best outcome would be for Jade to win. But although I wouldn't be surprised if like maybe Naomi gets like a dirty finish.
I can see that. That's the only way I see her winning, though.
And then maybe they can do like a rematch.
I don't know. It's hard because I think they both deserve a win, but I think Jade needs a win more than Naomi right now.
Yeah, you're probably
Because
right.
I think right now it could be. It's hard because, like, if Naomi goes into a storyline with Bianca after this, it's going to be hard because, like, Naomi's going to lose the match against Jade Cargill and then lose against Bianca as well. Like, after a great heel turn, like, I feel like that's not rewarding. But I also don't think Jade should lose because I think she's going to be involved in the storyline with Bianca as well. So I'm not really sure how this is going to go, but I don't know.
We'll see. But
Might be a triple threat backlash.
That could be something, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're choosing Jade then.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
All right, so next up we have LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the WWE United States Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna be saying no though.
He's gonna be saying
honest.
no.
Yeah, because he's gonna say goodbye to his championship.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
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 So, all right, I'm actually gonna go the opposite. I think he's gonna retain because I think something is gonna happen between Solo Sikoa and Jacob that's gonna lead to them breaking up. Or maybe Solo being kicked out and then going back to Roman, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, something's going to happen with Solo and Jacob that's going to cost them the match. Because they've been hinting at tension between them for a while now. And like even when you look at like when Jacob has his matches and then Solo's like hyping him up, Jacob's looking at him like, fuck you doing? I could talk to myself. I could talk for myself, bro. Yarami.
Yarami. Oh, gas don't break.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Jacob, even though I would like for him to win, he has plenty of time to step up and become. He's gonna be a main eventer. Like you could see it right now. Like he's gonna be there. He has the potential, all the potential in the world. So even if it's like a false finish or whatever, dirty finish, I don't think it hurts him that much. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not the biggest fan of LA Knight, but I think he wins and he retains.
Okay, that's I could see that. I could definitely see that. I don't know, it's just like a case of like same thing with Jade Cargill. I feel like losing in your first WrestleMania match is like huge. You know what I mean? That's his first WrestleMania. Like he's supposed to be this unstoppable force, and he loses to LA Knight. Like I don't know. Like LA Knight's great. He's the champion, but like I don't know. It's just like I feel like if they really want to make him like the one that's gonna kill everybody, he's gonna beat LA Knight, be on the top of the championship, and then he'll lose. I feel like he'll lose the championship because of Solo to somebody else, but not at WrestleMania. Maybe to like I don't even know, somebody. but
Somebody,
I think he'll win it at WrestleMania.
maybe it's a Phoenix.
Maybe it's a Phoenix. I
Yo,
don't know.
Jacob Fatu versus Phoenix.
That would be a pretty good match. I'm not. I
It
would love
would
to see that on a pay per
actually
view. Oh,
on the pay per view. Ooh, they get me excited.
yeah. Hey.
But
But yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll
okay,
see.
yeah, we'll see. But either way, it's gonna be an entertaining match.
For sure.
Uh
I hope Jacob has new gear because I'm getting tired of his same gear
just a
every
red,
single
yeah.
time. Like you gotta wear like blue or something like that.
Wear blue, yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that. All right. Next up, we have Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. I have almost zero interest in this match. Like literally, I'm more like morbidly curious on how this match is gonna play out because I feel like this might be the worst match ever because they first of all, the whole back and forth with them in promos, Charlotte not like being able to keep her composure from the crowd booing her, and like she was freaking getting upset when they were booing her. She couldn't even get her promo out. Like she was just like, "All right, I'll let you get the last word." Like she still had a lot more promos to go. You can tell that she's just not comfortable in the position that she's in.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand because, like, I mean, maybe initially she wasn't supposed to be the heel, but it seems like over the past couple weeks they've been pivoting to her being the heel, but she still wants to act like a face. Like, you should be comfortable in this role. Like this, you've been a heel before. This is not your first rodeo. Like, it's not the first time you've been booed out the building. Why
Yeah.
is she getting so rattled?
I have no clue. Honestly, I have no clue at all. Like I feel like this is not the same Charlotte that we've seen before,
Yeah, it's so
and
odd.
it's weird. I don't know if it has to do with the stuff that happened while she was away,
I
or
mean, she went through a divorce with Andrade, but like everybody goes through that. Like, like I don't. Well, all right. I don't want to downplay like her personal problems. I don't know how it's affecting her and stuff like that. Maybe because of all that going on, her emotions are on like heightened, and the slightest criticisms get under her skin where before it wouldn't have.
yeah,
So I don't know. I don't want to speak out of turn on that. But still, it's so it's just so weird seeing Charlotte, who's been in the industry for how long now? So like almost over 10 years or something like that.
yeah,
And she's still getting rattled. Like I don't get it. And
yeah. I honestly
to,
don't get it either.
and honestly, she shouldn't feel like she has to be better than her opponent because like she's already there. Like she's a future Hall of Famer already. Like
Yeah,
she's gonna go down in history books. And this is outside of her being Ric Flair's daughter. Like she already surpassed not like surpassed him in like level of like popularity or anything like that, but like in terms of like her career, she outgrew the Flair name. Like she was Charlotte. Honestly, she was Charlotte for a while. I remember for a while they took out Flair. She was just
yeah,
Charlotte, and then they added it back. Um, but like the focus should be put on the future, which is Tiffany Stratton, and I feel like she just can't do it. Like she can't put over Tiffany in a way that makes sense. She's trying to like make her look bad. I don't know. It's just
I think it's jealousy, to be honest. I think she doesn't want to show that she's washed up. Maybe like I don't
could
even know.
be.
Like I feel like it's just like a literally she said it in one of her promos, or Tiffany Stratton said it, like, "Oh, you're trying to be the new me or whatever, but you're not." And I was like, "Oh, maybe that's a little too real."
Yeah, maybe
Like,
she does feel some type of way about it.
yeah, her first match back, like her first feud back, is somebody that's like the same as her and like the same categories and everything,
Yeah.
and is on her way to the top, and she's new, but you're also coming back from a injury, coming back from a whole bunch of stuff, and people could say you're washed up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to excuse her because she also is looking like she's trying to go into business for herself, but
Yeah,
I
that
don't
is
know.
true. They went completely off script on that last promo or
Yeah,
that last face off that they had.
I honestly don't. I hope they don't interact on SmackDown. Like I'm not looking forward to this match. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and that's another thing too because like they don't have chemistry like doing promos against each other. How are they gonna have chemistry in the ring?
Yeah, that's true.
So I
I really
really
hope it's a
hope.
good match.
Yeah, me too. I hope it's at least decent because that'll be. I'll consider that a success if it's at least decent. If it's just like anything worse than that, then it's just like, bro, it's a waste.
Yeah,
That being said, I do still think that Charlotte is gonna win because it's Charlotte. Literally every time she's returned and had a title shot, she's won.
yeah.
And they also want to pad her numbers because she's already. This will be if she wins 15. So
Ah,
yeah,
nice. Yeah, I think she's gonna win too.
yeah.
I think she's gonna win too.
It sucks for Tiffany, but she's still young. She got time. So maybe she'll
Yeah,
get her
she got
win back.
mad time. She literally has so much time to get better too because
Yeah.
she's another one that's been like a little. eh.
Yeah, and that's one thing too. Like with Tiffany, like I think she is getting better, but for some reason, like whenever it comes, I notice it happens with the women a lot, where somebody is very good very early, and they want people like online and fans, they want them to be put into the title picture right away. And it's like, no, you gotta let them build up more, let them grow into the role. And this
Yeah,
is why, like, when Tiffany Stratton won the title, yeah, it was a good moment, but now she's the champion and she doesn't feel important. Like,
she
she's
doesn't.
playing like second, third fiddle. And she was the champion being bullied by Nia Jax for the longest time. It's like, how does that make sense? You're the champion. Why are you being bullied?
Yeah,
So, um, so yeah, I think there, and I'm more worried now because in NXT, the women's division is being built up. It is stacked in NXT. So
yeah,
once they get called up, like that's gonna be the future stars of Raw and SmackDown. But even then, they still need to be built. Like you can't just put them in the title pick. Like if freaking Stephanie Vicaire makes her debut, you can't just put her in the title picture and put the title on her because then it's like where do you go from there? You gotta build
yeah.
to that stuff. And same
That's
thing with
true.
all the other women.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. And it's like Tiffany Stratton right now, like you said, needs to learn, needs to get comfortable.
She needs to
People
get
need
her
to
reps in, yeah.
exactly. And I think unfortunately Charlotte's gonna win, but it's not bad for Tiffany to lose because if Charlotte loses, I feel like she's gonna disappear from TV forever.
Yeah, and then
So
it's like
I don't want that to
why you
happen.
brought her back?
Yeah, unless like it'll be like a Nikki Bella. She returned and then left
But yeah, I
again.
forgot this. She returned.
Yeah, she returned at the Royal Rumble and never showed up ever again.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah, I
know.
thought at least she would have a match at WrestleMania, but I guess not. Maybe it was just a one and done.
Maybe,
Um,
I guess.
all right, so next match is Gunther versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. So we talked about this a little bit, and initially the build-up was kind of slow. And I think the problem with this build is that Jay chose Gunther too early. I feel like
Yes.
they should have waited a little bit to like make it much more of a question. The only problem with that is that once the elimination chamber happened, then you knew what was gonna happen, you know?
Yeah.
It would have made it a little bit more interesting though, because maybe Cena, like if when he won the Elimination Chamber, maybe they could have had him call out whoever he wanted to call out, and then they could have made it more interesting where he calls out Cody instead of Cody automatically coming out.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, by then you would have known that Jay is gonna face Gunther, and I feel like it kind of it took that away from Jay. So I feel like they had to kind of do it, but maybe they could have done it at Elimination Chamber. I don't
Mm.
know, but either way, I think it started too early, and I think maybe they could have milked it a little bit and not did the whole side quest stuff with Austin
Yeah.
Theory and Grayson Waller and all that stuff. That I still don't understand. And he was teaming up with Otis and Alpha
Oh my God.
Academy,
Yeah.
and it was like, what are you doing? Like, I
Yeah.
get that he's like a big act, and everybody gets excited to do Yeet and crowd entrance and stuff like that. He has a very exciting entrance. He brings an excitement to the arena every time he shows up. But this is the Royal Rumble winner. You can't have him just doing random stuff. Like, he needs to be the focus. And I felt like he wasn't the focus for so
Yeah.
long. And clearly this is not even the main event. So like
No,
both
that's
both
probably the
of the
opener.
Rumble, yeah, both of the Rumble winners are not main eventing, even though they said that that's what it is. But I know it was WWE. They say, oh, every match is the main event, or it's like, no, that's not how
Yeah.
that works. It's like, I get it, but that's not how that works.
Yeah. I don't know. It sucks because both are Rumble winners right now. At least Jay and Gunther is getting better at the end. But
Yeah,
yo, to start out, both their storylines are trash. Like
yeah.
it was just like I do not want to see any Royal Rumble winners match. Like it was just bad. But I mean, I think like you said, they started too early. And if they just started a little later, had time, it would have made the chamber a little more exciting.
I think they probably
So
could have done it where, because I think it was like 2 weeks before Elimination Chamber where he chose Gunther. I feel like they could have done it at least the week before on Raw, so that way going into Elimination Chamber, you already know, okay, now this chamber match is for the title, you know,
yeah,
or for the WWE title, or to face the WWE champion. But
yeah.
yeah, but the whole thing with Jimmy, that kind of like added a little like an adrenaline shot to the storyline,
In my
and
soul.
it caused it caused Jay to be a little bit more serious, which is what a lot of people have been asking for, me included, because it felt like he wasn't taking Gunther seriously for a while. But now that the whole thing with Jimmy happened, I feel like he is more serious, and I I it's more believable that Jay could win it. Whereas before it felt like it was just gonna end the same way as before. Where he's gonna do the yeet, everybody's gonna be excited, and then he's gonna lose. But I think this is more of a compelling story now, and Gunther is like freaking evil, like
Yeah,
the way he should have been, because I felt like for a long time, like they weren't really tapping into that how much of a villain Gunther really is, and I'm glad that they're finally doing it. Um, I just hope that the match is gonna deliver. Which, I mean, Gunther's matches usually deliver. He's another one like Kevin Owens. I have yet to see a bad Gunther match, because
yeah,
even with like regular opponents, he's able to like bring the best out of them. But this is a match that's happened already like a few times, and they weren't anything crazy. I just hope that they do pull out all the stops for this one. I don't know what that
yeah.
is, but they really
I
got to
don't
go
know
all
either.
out. They have the potential. The story is there now. They just got to deliver. And
Yeah,
I think they will. And I'm going to call it. I'm going to say Jey Uso wins.
I think so too. I
Yeah.
think so too. Yeah, because there's no way that this dude wins the whole Royal Rumble and loses. Like I just feel like that would be an incredible waste of time.
Yeah, because
like
there was so many people already complaining the night that he won. The whole point
yeah,
is you got to prove them wrong.
you got to prove them wrong. There was like so many other championship matches that Jay lost,
Yeah,
especially since like they're talking about the whole 0-3 against Gunther. Like imagine, okay, 0-3, all this hype, oh my god, and then now 0-4. Okay,
yeah. You
now
you
what?
you
Another
kill
rematch?
you kill Jey Uso with that. Honestly,
Yeah,
if he loses, like Jey Uso's done.
yeah, he's done. Like it's just not. I don't know. You can't really. He's gonna have the Finn Balor treatment. Like, oh,
Really?
okay. Like now you're in a match with the IC title just to lose against Braun Breaker again. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Like,
And the thing is too, I think a lot of people have it in their mind that when you win the world champion, you have to have a long title reign.
no.
No, you don't have to. He can have a 1 month reign. He can take it all the way till Backlash and then lose it there. Honestly, I don't want this to be a long title reign because I don't think Jey Uso can like maintain that level of hype for that long as the champion. I feel like as chasing, he does a lot better. But as the champion, like even when he was Intercontinental champion, like after a while, it was just like, okay, like now what? You know?
Yeah.
Up until Braun Breaker got it back, which I mean, they wasn't that long anyway. I feel like honestly, if you and this will kind of go into the other match that we'll talk about later. I think Jey Uso loses it to someone else, which I'll talk. But yeah, he'll win it and then he'll lose it probably at Backlash, or maybe they might give him like a 2 month run just to kind of like make it seem like it's something worth. Like it wasn't just a flash in the pan, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'll talk more about who I think is gonna take it from him after. But yeah,
Mm, I
and
don't
then
know.
also Gunther doesn't lose anything from this. Like he's still a killer. He's still a monster. He can still go after the title later. Um, yeah, I don't think Gunther loses anything from taking loss to Jay.
I don't think so either. I think he might even get drafted to SmackDown.
That's also a possibility too.
So I guess we'll see. Like you said, he doesn't lose anything. Jay needs to win. I just think Jay he just needs to win, so he has to win.
Yeah,
So that's my pick to win. And if he doesn't win, then I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know what
know.
you do with him after.
Yeah, probably keep
Literally.
him off TV for a while.
Yeah, and then I don't even know. You can't return him as a heel. He's like the biggest baby face right now.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
just do
don't
nothing with him. You just keep
just
on
do
eating. That's it.
keep on eating.
Keep on eating until everybody stops, and then that's it.
All right, so now we are at the main event of night one, which is
F.
Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins in a triple threat match.
This is my favorite match on night one.
Is it now?
Yes,
So
my favorite match on night one.
I know the match is gonna deliver because all three of these men have delivered. Especially I don't want to say surprisingly, because by now CM Punk has already proven that he can still go, that he's not like it's not like a fluke when he came back and that first match or whatever, like because he got injured. He's had multiple matches and he's delivered on them, and I'm happy that he's able to keep at the same level, or not the same level, but at a top tier level,
Yeah,
and he's able to put on great matches. Seth Rollins too, obviously. I mean, he's always been at that level. Roman Reigns, same way. I think this is gonna be a great match. Um, I wish the build was a little bit like it seems silly that the whole
yeah,
match is basically revolving around Paul Heyman and who he's gonna side with. And I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like I get that these guys already have beef with each other, and this being the main event is literally only because Roman Reigns is involved.
yeah.
But Um, yeah, I just think this could have had a better story. Although I am entertained by it, it's still kind of like weird to me. I don't know.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
Like I felt the same way about when Punk was facing Drew for like those three pay-per-views or whatever, where it was all about the bracelet beads and stuff like that. Like it was weird. Like why are you getting so obsessed about the bracelet? Like I
Yeah.
don't know. But the matches were still great. So
Yeah, the matches are amazing. I don't know. I get what you mean because everybody's saying custody of Paul Heyman, like
just put
match.
him in a shark cage above
Yeah,
the ring.
above the ring. Oh my god. I wouldn't even pray to see that. Like I'm not gonna lie, towards the end it did turn into that and did make me feel like Seth Rollins is gonna kind of fizzle out of the feud, but he actually brought more fire into it. And it's like,
Yeah.
yo, Seth Rollins has been mad hype to
Hmm.
watch coming into WrestleMania. Like
Yes.
Roman Reigns, I want to see. Don't get me wrong. Anytime he's on TV, I want to see what Roman Reigns has to say. CM Punk, same thing. I'm very interested in what CM Punk has to say. Seth Rollins, before this whole feud, I was kind of like, okay, he's feuding with CM Punk. Amazing. He's feuding with Roman Reigns. Amazing. But now he's like kind of like the background of Roman versus Punk.
Yeah.
And then he kind of like weaseled his way into being important. And it's like, I appreciate him for that because it's a lot of times where it just becomes, it would have became Punk versus Roman featuring Seth
Essentially,
Rollins.
yeah, that's what it felt like. And then like the past 2 weeks, it's been like more focused on Rollins, and they did a good job with that. Maybe they realized it as well. They were like, okay,
Yeah.
we're focusing too much on Reigns and Punk right now.
Yeah. I actually, I have Seth Rollins to win this match.
I do too. I
Yeah.
think I think the main reason why is because I think this is gonna lead to more of a feud. Well, so I think, like you said, the feud has been majority Roman and Punk, and I think that they're gonna play into that where they're gonna focus on each other, whereas Seth is gonna be not in the background, but he's gonna use that to it as his advantage, and he's gonna take over, and I think he's gonna even pin Punk to win.
Ooh, that would be amazing. I'm
Yeah,
not even gonna lie. That would be
because
good.
Punk has beaten him twice already.
Yeah.
He beat him on the Raw Netflix, and he beat him in the cage match. Well,
In the cage.
that was a no finish, but um, he kind of beat him.
He kind of beat him, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he kind of beat him. But yeah. So, well, did he? No, did they have another match?
No, Seth beat him, right? Did Seth win that match? Because didn't Roman pull him out of the cage?
Well, I mean, there's no DQ in a cage match, is there?
No, there shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be.
No, Seth Rollins versus The Fiend.
Oh, yo, don't remind
If
me,
there could
bro.
be, if there could be like a D Hall of Fame, that would be in
A D Hall of Fame,
the D Hall of Fame.
Hall of Infamy.
Yeah, exactly. That would be number one inductee.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
the
please.
match alone can go by
That
itself.
was that was so bad. Um, yeah, but anyway, I think because I feel like Punk has gotten one over on Rollins so many times that I think now they're gonna give Rollins the win because I feel like he kind of makes a lot of good points in terms of like um Punk has been like the fan favorite coming back, but he left, and Rollins was the one that kind of picked up the slack. And Reigns, he also did, but he left. He took the Hollywood route. Well, not even the Hollywood route. He's just not around.
Yeah.
Um, but he's more like a part timer now, and Rollins is here. So it's Rollins makes the most sense. And
Yeah.
I think that's what's gonna be like the reason why he ends up winning, because while, like I said, they're focused on each other, and Rollins is gonna be like, no, I'm the one, you know? And I don't know how Paul Heyman factors into this. I know there's been people saying that that Paul Heyman cost one of them the match and sides with Rollins, but I don't think so. Um
I don't know.
Now
I don't see that either.
I had an idea. What if Rollins sells his soul to The Rock
I didn't think of that one.
and The Rock shows up during the match? He doesn't do anything. He just comes out and maybe like distracts Roman, distracts Punk, and then Rollins uses that as a way to get the win.
Sure.
Because I did hear an interview, I don't know how serious it was, where Rollins, they asked him, would you side with The Rock? Maybe they were just doing it as like hypothetical. And Rollins says, you never know. Because if you think about it, it could be a situation of, if you can't beat him, join him. Because this is the second year in a row that he's trying to take down Roman, and he can't do it because Punk is in the way. He's getting too much in the way. So he relies on The Rock.
I guess, yeah.
And that could be a way to turn Rollins heel, because he's kind of been more heelish during this, because CM Punk is clearly the baby face.
Yeah, for sure.
Rollins is the more of the heel one, and Roman, hey, he is a
I
heel.
feel like Roman's a heel, yeah.
Roman's a heel. Rollins is kind of like the tweener, but he's been more heelish.
I
So
guess so, yeah. He has
I don't
been.
know. It was just a thought.
That would be a crazy turn of events. Not even a lie. I would love that to happen.
That would be crazy.
I
But
guess we'll just have to see on night one of WrestleMania.
we'll have to see.
Main events.
And with that, we move on to night 2. So I'm going to start off because night 2 right now has 6 matches, but they are still hinting at what we talked about earlier, Randy Orton.
Yes.
He was supposed to face Kevin Owens, but now that match is not happening. But they are hinting that something is going to happen. So I wanted to get your thoughts on what could possibly be the next match for Randy.
So, one thing that I'm taking from your idea from earlier, and they could, unfortunately, hear me out, they could do initially Solo versus Randy. But, like you said for the LA Knight match, say Solo gets involved, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gets involved, and then Jacob destroys Solo. He can't compete against Randy. So now Randy's matchless, and then it's either no, Jacob working 2 matches is crazy. But I think then Nick Aldis steps in as the SmackDown general manager, and he's like, "Well, nobody else is gonna do it, so I'll step up."
Interesting.
And he works Randy Orton. I don't know that, or they could debut Aleister Black, but I don't think they should.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna think that too, because they have been teasing something on SmackDown. I don't know what it is, but it seems like it could be Aleister Black.
I don't know. I feel
It
like
would be a big match to debut him on.
it would be a very big match, but I feel like Aleister would lose.
You think so?
I don't know. It's against Randy Orton. They've been hyping up the punt kick. Like
I feel like Randy is at a point where he's at the point where like John Cena was, where he can lose like every match, but it's freaking Randy Orton. Like it doesn't really hurt him. He can come back and have a title shot next month anyway.
That's true, but I do think that he also needs the hype going into St. Louis, into Backlash.
They could also play into the fact that he wasn't prepared. He was preparing for Kevin Owens. If they
Yeah,
announce who's his opponent that night,
but imagine being like, oh, I'm starting to hear the voices again. Like I really need to punt kick somebody. I got to build up this anger to release it in a kick to the head to somebody, and then it being Aleister Black, and then losing to Aleister Black. Like how you
maybe
got pent up emotion and lose. Like that would
mm,
not. We wouldn't think. Everybody's like, oh my god, oh no, Randy Orton's back. Like if he loses, then it's like, oh, it's not.
guess he's not back.
I guess he's not. Yeah,
I see. I get where you're coming from. Uh, I just think it would be a cool match to have Aleister Black versus Randy Orton
it would be a amazing
at
match.
WrestleMania, no less. Like,
Yeah,
no, honestly though, I think the match is probably gonna be Nick Aldis. I think they're probably gonna reveal it on SmackDown, just so that way people know ahead of time. Um, and honestly, this would be a good match for Nick Aldis too, because like as far as I know, he's not injured or anything. He took the role that they had for him, and he's done a great job. But there's nothing preventing him from wrestling. So this will be technically his debut. So it'll
yeah,
be similar to like a Aleister Black. Like I mean, Aleister Black already was in WWE, but this will be his first WWE match.
yeah,
So imagine having your first WWE match at WrestleMania against Randy Orton.
yeah.
That'd be really good.
I feel like Nick Aldis definitely deserves the match, and if he loses, I feel like he doesn't. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because he's the GM. So people are not going to expect him, even though like we know, but like in terms of like the TV and the storyline, he's the
Yeah,
GM. So like even though he could wrestle, that doesn't mean that he's going to be like the best wrestler, even though he's pretty good from what I've seen. But
yeah,
yeah, I think the play is Nick Aldis. And if it is, then yeah, I'm going to choose Randy because
yeah,
you got to have that punk kick.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
And you all right, so then if it is Nick Aldis, you think that takes him out?
That
And
could
if
take him
so,
out.
who would replace him?
Oh man, I don't even know,
You
to
know,
be honest.
honestly, you know who would be a good replacement now that I'm thinking about it?
Oh,
Big E.
ooh,
Big
that
E
would be
as
a
the
really good
SmackDown
GM.
GM. I think that would be a good spot for him.
That would be a very good spot. I'm not even gonna lie. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie. Oh man, that would be pretty good. I would like to see that. I would like to see that. I feel like
And
he
then
could definitely. That's
he
probably what's
can
gonna
be
happen.
involved in storylines. He could probably like maybe facilitate a trade for the New Day to come to SmackDown so that way he can like, interact with them more. I don't know, but I think that that could be a possibility. I just thought
That's a
about
good
it just
idea.
now.
That's a great idea, actually. I like that. I hope they do that.
Not they're not
I
gonna
hope
do
they
it.
do that.
I'm really upset.
Ah, damn.
um. Okay, so now let's get into the announce card. We have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyria for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. This
Ooh.
was literally thrown together within the last couple weeks. I'm not the
Yeah.
biggest fan of how they just like Bailey and Lyra had a title match like a couple weeks ago, and Lyra beat Bailey, and then they were tag partners, and then they won. Now they're facing for the tag team champions.
Not even. It was the very. It was the week, the Monday before.
Yeah,
I think it was the Monday before, the same week they fought against each other for the tag team for the championship, and then on Friday they were teammates.
they were
Like,
teammates. Yeah, I
what do
don't
you
get
mean?
it. I don't get it. And even then, after that title match, they teased Bailey turning heel. So
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know what they're doing with this. Maybe the end goal is a Bailey heel turn, which honestly I wouldn't be mad at because you got to do something different with Bailey because whatever they're doing now, I mean, they're not really doing anything, but like
They
I feel like
were.
she needs something to like sink her teeth into, and her being a face is not doing anything.
I feel like her versus Roxanne would have been really good, but they
I thought
dropped it
that's
out of
what they were
nowhere.
doing too. They dropped it for no reason. I
Yeah,
thought
I
that
don't
was
know.
gonna be her call up, and she was gonna be like on the main roster, but then she was back at NXT, and then they just forgot about that feud.
Yeah, and they forgot about her too. They just
Yeah, no,
dropped it.
and then she showed up on SmackDown randomly to face Tiffany Stratton, and
Yeah,
then it's just like what like why are you using her if you're not gonna have something like more substantial for her?
yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. I feel
Yeah.
like this match was thrown together. Uh, it'll be a good match,
Yeah,
but
I'm sure it'll still be a good match. It's just and also I don't like that they're having a champion face off for the champion. Like, I know they've done like double champions before, but it's just like it just shows that you really don't care about that IC title and you're just throwing anybody. That's how limited in terms of star power the women's roster is right now. That they have to
yeah,
rely on current champions to take on other champions.
yeah, it's a little sad, but they have so many people to call up. It's insane. So when they do get called up, I'm sure they'll be going for the IC title first. I hope, at
Yeah.
least,
Yeah, they
because
need
damn,
to fill all those spots. Like I feel bad too because like they do have like a bunch of girls on the roster that are probably waiting to do something with, but they don't.
yeah, Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, um, Piper Niven, although she's doing the stuff with Chelsea, but I mean that's on SmackDown. But anyway,
Yeah,
they got a lot of women that they could do stuff with, and they're just not doing it. But anyway,
yeah,
uh, I think Liv and Raquel retain
yeah. I
because
agree.
I think they might do something with Bailey and Lyra. Maybe Bailey like I don't want to say she turns on her, but maybe like something happens that causes them to lose, and then maybe they do the turn. Um, yeah,
On the next SmackDown,
yeah,
I think
uh,
so too. I agree with that.
yeah. So next up we got AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
This is another one of them late ones. All of these are like just mad
Nah,
late.
it's not late. It's just they've because of Logan Paul's inconsistent schedule, like when he shows up and stuff, like it feels like it's been late. Like they threw it together last minute. This has been going on for a while, but you don't hear about it because and then they did like the whole thing with Karrion Cross, which he's kind of getting involved. Um they had a match on Raw, so I don't know what the whole thing with that is. I'm assuming he's gonna play a factor into this. I don't know how, but it
I don't know.
this one's tough because like how many WrestleMania matches Logan Paul has had already? It's been like three already,
Uh,
right?
I want to say three. I want to say three. It's Seth Rollins. It was tag team with Miz, and then it was it against Miz?
What was last year's?
I think against Seth Rollins. No,
No, that was 39.
not sure who he did he face.
Was he in a multi-man match?
Ah, man, I don't remember.
Anyway, I feel like Logan Paul, even though
It was LA Knight, wasn't it?
was
Or
it
was that
LA?
SummerSlam?
Yes. No, I think that was LA Knight. I think it was.
Was it? Or was it SummerSlam? I don't even remember. I don't know. Anyways, good.
Anyways, with Logan Paul, even though I'm happy to see him lose,
Yeah.
it's it's getting to the point where he's got to win something, you know? And I love AJ, but if but the thing is like Logan Paul is not really the future, you know? Like he's just like he's a he's really a celebrity that's just like kind of participating right now.
Yeah.
He's doing more than a normal celebrity would, but I feel like I wouldn't consider him the future of the wrestling business, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I feel like he just so happens to be a younger celebrity. Like,
He technically he's the bigger star if you wanna like think about it that way. He's the bigger name in the match.
I guess technically, yeah. In the wrestling world, it's definitely AJ,
Well,
but in
yeah,
the
and
regular world, it's Logan Paul for sure. I
I
don't know.
wanna
I feel like,
I wanna say
I,
AJ, but I can't. I think Logan Paul is winning this one.
oh man,
I
I don't
know.
know who wins
And
this one. To
I'm
be
freaking
honest,
wearing an AJ Styles shirt.
I think, I don't know because it's tough because the way it's set up is AJ's gonna feud with Karrion Cross right after, but I don't know if he comes at Karrion Cross fresh off a win. I think Logan Paul wins just because I think he wins and then AJ gets to beat Karrion Cross.
Yeah.
It's just how
I mean, he already
how the
beat
world
him
works.
on Raw. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but
This honestly, as good as the match I think is gonna be, this feud has kind of been like nothing. Like it's
yeah,
just been like calling them out just to call them out. Like of all people, like why do you care about Logan Paul? You know, like
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
know, right? He doesn't have a US title. He doesn't have anything.
Yeah, there's nothing for you to like face. Like why are you facing him? Just because? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, yeah. So we'll I guess we'll say Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Next match we got Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. This is
Yes.
gonna be a fucking banger. I
I cannot
cannot
wait.
wait. This match is gonna be so freaking good. Like the amount of talent in that ring. Even like Dominic Mysterio has been really showing up recently. Like he had a great
Hell
match with
yeah.
Penta. He's had good matches in the past before. Like I feel like ever since JD like left, Dominic has kind of like been that guy, the go-to guy to like put on great matches when he needs to. He can also play like the slimy heel and stuff like that, you know, the classic heel. But
Yeah.
he's definitely been like he's been putting in the work and it's been great. But yeah, no, this match is gonna be amazing. And I'm
Yeah. I
really looking forward to this.
Me too. I actually think that Dominic is gonna win.
I think so too.
I think he's gonna win the title. I
And
hope he does.
I think
Honestly.
I think he's gonna pin Finn to do it.
You think so?
Yeah, I think because they've been hinting at them having tension in between, not in between, but tension between them, and I think they're gonna use this as the reason why they kick Finn out. Because I think Finn is gonna be gone. Because there was talk before that Finn was gonna have a singles run and he was gonna have like a little bit of a push, but that hasn't happened yet. But this will be the way to do it. Where and then Dominic has been talking about getting a new member, and Finn is like no, so kick him out, get the new member.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know who that
That's
member
true.
would be, but yeah,
I don't know either.
I think Finn is gonna be kicked out, and it's gonna be weird because low key Dom and the Judgment Day, at least with their story, have been the faces, whereas Finn is the heel. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird how, but then like when Liv and Raquel are they're doing their own thing, they're heels. So
Yeah.
it's very odd the way they have that set up.
This is a
Um,
little weird, I'm not gonna lie.
but yeah. So yeah, so Dom comes out looking like a baby face more. But yeah, I do think he's gonna win. And what I wanted to say before, so him winning would be wouldn't hurt Braun. That's why I think Finn is gonna take the pin because Obviously Penta's not gonna take the pin. Like, is
No.
he's the new one coming in. You don't want to pin him. Braun, you got to keep him strong, but you want to take the title off of him
Hmm.
because he should move on to bigger and better things. So the best way forward is to have Dom pin Finn to take the title. But this leaves room for Braun to go after Jay if he wins the title.
Mm.
And I think Braun beats Jay for the world title because
Oh,
he did beat him for the IC title.
he did. He
So
did.
so
I'm not gonna lie.
I think Braun as world heavyweight champion is coming soon, and I think that's going to be the next program.
Dang, you think Jay's a transitional champion?
Yeah, unfortunately, like
Damn.
that's the problem because like I don't want it to overstay its welcome or for Jay as champion to overstay its welcome.
Yeah.
It's a good move, but you don't want to risk him losing favor because like he's not the greatest wrestler. I'll be honest.
Oh my God.
He's entertaining, but as champion, you gotta be a little bit more. And it'll be a great moment because he has all the momentum in the world, but I'm worried that he won't be able to keep it. And I
Yeah.
think the best way to do that is to have him be champion for a while, but then transition to Braun because I feel like Braun, if anybody, deserves it a little bit more.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with that whole thing, to be
So,
honest.
hey,
I don't know.
glad we're in agreement.
Yeah. I mean that's pretty much what I had to say. Like I think Dom wins. Braun Breaker moves on to bigger and better things with Jay. I can see him losing. Or I can see Jay losing to Braun. Um Honestly, there's a lot that can be done with Braun Breaker after this. Cause like he could go against the returning Gunther, like Dominic can face Finn, like Penta obviously has so much other stuff to do. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do. He can go after the title if he really wants to. I don't know. I don't know. I hope Finn goes to SmackDown though.
Yeah, it'd probably be better off to separate him from everybody else. They
Yeah.
definitely need to do something with Finn because, like, I feel like for so long he's kind of been like the background character,
Yeah.
and yeah. Uh, Next up we got Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a Sin City street fight. Yeah, this match is it's not that I'm not looking forward to it. I don't care, and it
Yeah,
sucks
bro.
because it's Drew McIntyre.
There were so many matches that are just like, eh. Like,
Yeah,
bro, this is Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. Like, this is a big match, but it's
it's just I mean, it's a street fight, so maybe that'll help lift it up a little bit. It could still be entertaining. I just don't care. And it's weird because like if they did this match like a year ago, it would have been great. Like
yeah,
I would have been into it. But right now, like both of them don't have any titles and they're literally just doing this because Drew is a baby. That he
yeah,
keeps crying that Drew McIntyre eliminate or that Damian Priest eliminated him from the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber. And it's just like, really, bro? Like
yeah.
you
That's
that
how it
in your
works.
feelings about it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
But
know. This like another one that was just like late. Like a lot of the action happened late, and it was just like
yeah.
I don't really care. I
But
don't know.
like I said, the street fight aspect might help it be a little bit more entertaining.
I think so
Um
too.
but the thing is where do you go with either of them? That's the real problem. I don't know who you choose to win.
I don't know either. I think Drew should win because I feel like Damian Priest has been built up to win everything. So if Drew wins, it'll help him. But if he loses, it'll hurt him for sure. I think it doesn't hurt Damian Priest as much if he loses.
Yeah, maybe.
So I think Drew wins this because he also won against Drew McIntyre last year
That is
for the
true.
World Heavyweight Championship. So I think
That
Drew
is
gets
true.
his get back at
Okay,
WrestleMania.
that makes sense. All right, I'm gonna choose Drew as well because
Yeah.
I really was undecided. I didn't know who to choose in this one because
I
I
mean,
think
yeah, it's close. I'm not gonna lie, but I think Drew wins. I hope he wins. This is
yeah.
what I should say. But I guess
Okay,
we'll see.
next match is Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Now, this
Yes.
match has had a little bit of like a weird build because it was Bianca and Io or Bianca and Rhea. Then Io shockingly beat Rhea and
Insanely,
became
shockingly.
champion after Elimination Chamber, which honestly I'm glad because it was a surprise for everybody
Yeah.
and Io deserves it. But everything afterwards was just like I didn't get it because the match was Bianca and Io. Why would Rhea feel like she needed to get into like I get the whole rematch clause thing, but why didn't you bring it up in the beginning? She brought that up like a few weeks ago. And then
Yeah.
they gave her the rematch, which was the special guest referee with Bianca.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't get the build and Rhea comes off really bad in this, which I get
Yes, he
because
does.
she's the heel and they started turning Bianca a little bit heel. In storyline, she's the heel.
Yeah.
But people still cheer her because it's Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
But they also cheer for Io. So I feel like Io is the definite babyface in this.
Yeah. Kind of
Rhea
like CM
is
Punk.
yeah. And then like it's so weird. There's similar like ways in how they're doing both of the triple threat matches where like there's a definite heel, there's a tweener, and then there's like the definite babyface. And I
Yeah.
feel like Rhea is the definite heel, Io is the definite babyface, and then Bianca's kind of like the tweener. Um, yeah, I mean, again, this match I feel like is gonna be great because all these women are great, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this match. Again, I feel like this is a recurring thing. The build to this was just kind of like, what are we doing?
Yeah. For sure. For sure. It just didn't come across like Rhea Ripley being menacing and whatever. It just came as her
Yeah,
being like whiny, like, I
yeah,
didn't get my rematch. I need a rematch. I want to get my rematch right now. And then they gave it to her. But
yeah,
it's like,
and yeah, and then why did Adam Pierce even bother? Like she should just said no. You had your rematch, and that's it.
I guess if Akira Tozawa goes into Adam Pierce's office and demands a rematch every day for the next 3 months, he will get a World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, apparently that's how
Guarantee it.
that works.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Whatever.
I think it would have worked better if EO was the one to like go to Adam Pierce and be like, you know what, give me both of them. Like I want to
Yeah.
shut them both up, and that would have made her look even stronger and like as a defending champion.
Yeah, that's
But they
true.
didn't do that. They wanted you to feel bad for her, which is why I think EO is gonna win. I
Mm.
think EO is gonna retain because she's kind of being the third fiddle or third wheel in this. Like
Yeah,
the feud has been basically between Rhea and Bianca, trying to like who deserves what, you know?
yeah.
And EO's kind of been in the background and they've been multiple times like they shove her in the face, they push her to the side and stuff like that,
All the
but she
time.
always get her one up. And I think that's what's gonna come into play where she's gonna surprise both of them and take the win because they're too focused on each other. And I think honestly she probably pins Rhea to do it.
Mm.
Because I don't think and the thing
I
is too, because she's on SmackDown. I
She
don't
is on
think they're gonna move
SmackDown.
her to Raw. So I think
It
she's
might.
just gonna. I don't think so. Anyway,
I don't know.
and then plus she also has the stuff going on with Jade and Naomi. So
Jade and Naomi. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So you're right. Her pinning Rhea would be probably the best bet. Honestly, coming into this, I didn't know who would win this match. I knew Bianca wasn't gonna win, but I didn't know if Rhea was gonna win or Io was gonna win.
Nah,
But
I
now
think
looking at it, I think Io's gonna win. In return.
yeah. I think the reason too is because Rhea. I don't want to say her character's gotten stale, but they need to do something more with her. I feel like it's been the same thing for a long time, and it's gotten kind of like samey. So
Yeah.
I don't want her to be a champion until they can do something different. I don't know what that different is, but it just can't be the same thing as it is now. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And it's hard because who do you put against Rhea Ripley?
that's
Like,
also the issue too, because she dominated for so long.
yeah, I know. We put her on SmackDown probably, but that's about it. That's all I see. But it's just everybody
Maybe.
switching now.
Yeah, we keep saying that. Have just put her on SmackDown. Put her.
Yeah, I don't know what the way SmackDown is. I don't know. For
I
one,
know
is even on SmackDown.
SmackDown is it's kind of hard to watch lately.
Yeah, they cooked Damian Priest.
I be falling asleep sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, for real. I don't know. They cooked Damian Priest. Like Damian Priest was such a
He was.
monster on Raw.
He
But now
was.
he's like I mean, when he comes on is
Yeah, it's just like
I just don't want to. I do not want to see him.
yeah,
But that's only on
so weird.
SmackDown.
Yeah, I think SmackDown being on Fridays is just hard. It needs to be
It's a little
somewhere
tough.
on a different day. I don't know what day, but it needs to be on a different day. Friday
Thursday.
is way too hard. Thursday, honestly, I would take Thursday.
Yeah. Thursday
right.
night SmackDown.
Now we move on to the main event of night 2, which is Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship.
Yes, sir.
Now we talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah.
You go.
No, yeah, obviously we talked about the match already. Like, talked about the build up to it. I don't know. It could go a lot of different ways. The Rock could get involved. It could be a clean finish. Cody could win. John Cena could win. Somebody else could get involved that we don't know about yet. Like it's just like a whole bunch of things could happen. You just don't know. Some people are saying that The Rock gets involved, and then Stone Cold comes to help Cody Rhodes. And like I get that. You know, that's cool. He missed last year. They're in his backyard this year. It's The Rock versus Stone Cold. It got a nice ring to it, but like where did Stone Cold come from? Like he just randomly shows up. Like this is not. I don't know.
I feel like if The Rock was more involved, then I could buy into that. Because last year it made more sense because The Rock was involved in like multiple weeks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this year he hasn't been involved at all outside of Elimination Chamber. So I think with Stone Cold possibly being involved, I mean that's more of just like a nostalgia thing. He's gonna be there, so I guess it's more of a why not, you know?
Yeah.
But this is where I was talking about before. So if what I said comes true, and Seth Rollins does take the deal or a deal with The Rock,
yeah.
what if he comes out and costs Cody the match?
Ooh.
As the favorite to Rock.
That would be insane.
Because it also would make sense because Cody was supposed to end the bloodline or whatever, and he couldn't do it.
He couldn't. He sided with him.
He sided with him. He sided with Roman so many times, and he tried to warn him. And now the bloodline is still alive. It's still going around. So now he's like, you know what? I'm going to take you out now.
Yeah, if you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that would be such a good storyline. Especially since last year, Seth Rollins was the savior of Cody Rhodes' story.
Yeah. And now he would be the betrayer.
And now he'll be the maker. Yeah. That's crazy. Damn. I would like to see that.
Yeah.
As much as I would like, It would be heartbreaking. I would love to see that, but it doesn't really tarnish John Cena because he's a heel. So
Yeah, exactly. He can cheat. That's the whole point. And it prolongs this John Cena heel turn until however long it needs to be. Because
I just
the
need The Rock
one
to show up.
The Rock is definitely gonna show up. Like he has to. He has to. It's not even a matter of if. He has to.
I don't know.
But I think this helps if so I'm saying John Cena. I'm either way, I think John Cena is gonna win.
Me too. I also
Because
think
I
that.
feel like it would be a huge waste of this heel turn if they just ended it now. Because I feel like if you have John Cena lose again, then it's pointless. Because he's already lost how many times? Then his next match
Yeah.
is gonna be like, who cares? He's a loser.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Cena has a lot to gain and also a lot to give in terms of this heel turn if he wins.
Yeah.
And I feel
I
like
agree.
you could probably take it all the way up until SummerSlam, and then like you'll do the redemption arc because he only has like how many weeks left?
Not that many. He's wasting them.
Yeah, he's already like has 10 already. Because if you take away his current appearances and the rest of his appearances, like if you say he's gonna be on at least a pay-per-view a month, then that's already 10. So he has like 20 something. And that's not, I don't know, we don't have 20 something weeks. We have a little bit more than that.
I don't know
So,
why he would. This is not even full time at all. Like,
yeah,
like if you're gonna
I
do
don't,
your last run, don't like show up a little bit. I understand you're a heel, but like, I don't know.
yeah, I don't
It
get it
just doesn't
either.
make sense story wise.
But if he's a champion, that would be like more of an excuse for him to show up more. Maybe. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know the way they
Maybe
did Brock
unless
Lesnar.
I was gonna say maybe they want to do a Brock Lesnar type heel where he just disappears.
Disappeals. He would disappeal a lot.
He would disappear.
Yeah. I don't know. I just hope it doesn't go into that route because that was a different type of heel. Like that was a go away. Like
Yeah, I
I
was like,
don't
I'm
want you to
tired
be
of
champion.
this. Yeah,
Yeah, like I'm
because
tired of that.
even
Yeah.
because Roman was like that. So yeah, we no more of disappearing here. Title holders. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
no. I really hope that's not what John Cena becomes. And low key, I think he will, but I don't know. You just gotta hope, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I just think overall it salvages the heel turn and makes it more interesting. And I think then at that point you could probably do what people probably expected from the heel turn, which was, maybe new gear, new song, new everything.
Maybe.
Because you gotta do that. Like I don't care what Cena says about the whole like that's what you expected. You get nothing. I don't. Shut up. Give me new stuff.
But that's exactly what he's talking
No,
about,
I don't
though.
care. I don't care.
I don't want new things.
You don't want new things?
Nope, I don't want new things. I hope he heard that, so he
Okay,
could give us what we want.
you
I
heard it
mean,
here
not what
first.
we want.
Oh,
If
you
I
don't want new things? All right, I'm gonna give you new stuff just because you don't want new things.
There you go. I mean, not there you go. No, it's up. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I think this WrestleMania, even though the build wasn't as great, it's probably going to be an entertaining one because there's still stuff to look forward to. There's a lot of ways they can uh change not change course, but surprise us, and I'm definitely looking forward to this. Um any final thoughts before we go home?
No, there's a lot of matches, but some are not as exciting than others, but it's a really good WrestleMania opponent wise and potential match wise. Like it has the potential to have a lot of bangers.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll have to see because the build up, there's not a lot of hype going into it. So I just hope the matches are great. That's all I can
Yeah.
really ask for. So
I mean,
I guess we will see.
there's a lot of stuff they can do. There's a lot of branching off points that you can go from this WrestleMania. So there's that
True.
going for it. So we will definitely see. And with that being said, we will see you guys when we come back after WrestleMania. And we'll discuss everything that happened and see if our theories and predictions were correct.
Yes, sir. Because we gotta go home. Because I am about to go to sleep.
I'm about to go to sleep too.
Yo.
All right.
Crazy.
We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
All right. No sleeping and driving.
No sleep.